Hello, dear friends. Myself, Dr. Surekha Jaiswal, Head Department of Physics, Moreshwar Arts, Science and Commerce College, Bhopalgarh, District Jalna. Today we will see General Electronics, course code PHY 205, semester 4, paper number 11. Today's contents are RC coupled transistor amplifier, operation and frequency response, advantages and disadvantages, application and feedback amplifiers. Now, we know in previous lecture about the amplification, and also we know faithful amplification. The process of increasing the strength of a weak signal without any change in its general shape is known as faithful amplification. To achieve faithful amplification, following condition, that is proper zero signal collector current, proper minimum base emitter voltage at any instant, and proper minimum collector emitter voltage at any instant. Now see here RC coupled transistor amplifier. This is the most popular type of coupling because it is cheap and provides excellent audio field over wide range of frequency. It is usually employed for voltage amplification. Now figure shows an RC coupled amplifier. A coupling capacitor C is used to connect the output of first stage, the base, that is input of second stage, and so on. As the coupling from one stage to next is achieved by coupling capacitor followed by connection to a shunt resistor. Therefore, such a amplifier are called resistor capacitor coupled amplifier. See here the resistance R1, R2 and RE form the biasing and stabilization network. The emitter bypass capacitor offers low reactance path to the signal. Without it, the voltage gain of each stage would be lost. The coupling capacitor CC transmit AC signal but block DC. This prevents DC interference between various stages and the shifting of operating point. Now see the operation of RC coupled transistor amplifier. Now see in figure, when AC signal is applied to the base of the first transistor. See in figure, AC signal, that is as shown in figure, is applied to the base of the first transistor. It appears in the amplified form across its collector load R. The amplified signal developed across RC is given to the base of next stage through coupling capacitor CC. See here, in figure. The second stage does further amplification of the signal. In this way, the cascade one after another stage amplify the signal and the overall gain is considerably increased. It may be mentioned here that total gain is less than the product of the gains of individual stages. It is because when a second stage is made to follow the first stage, the effective load resistance of first stage is reduced due to the shunting effect of the input resistance of second stage. This reduces the gain of the stage which is loaded by the next stage. For instance, in a three-stage amplifier, the gain of first and second stage will be reduced due to loading effect of next stage. However, the gain of the third stage, which has no loading effect of subsequent stage, remains unchanged. The over gain shall be equal to the product of the gains of three stages. Now, see frequency response. Figure shows the frequency response of a typical RC coupled amplifier. See here that figure shows the frequency response of RC coupled transistor amplifier. Now at low frequencies, that is less than 50 Hz, the reactance of coupling capacitor CC is quite high and hence very small part of signal will pass from one stage to the next stage. Moreover, CE cannot shunt the emitter resistance RE effectively because of its large reactance at low frequencies. These two factors cause a falling of voltage gain at low frequencies. Now, at high frequencies greater than 20 kHz, the reactance of CC is very small and it behaves as a short circuit. This increases the loading effect of next stage and serve to reduce the voltage gain. Moreover, at high frequency capacitive reactance of base emitter junction is low, which increases the base current. This reduces the current amplification factor beta. Due to these two reasons, the voltage gain drop of a high frequencies. At mid frequencies 50 Hz to 20 kHz, the voltage gain of the amplifier is constant. The effect of coupling capacitor in this frequency range is such so as to maintain a uniform voltage gain. Thus, as the frequency increase in the range, reactance of CC decrease, which tends to increase the gain. These two factors almost cancel each other, resulting in a uniform gain at mid frequency. Now, see advantages. First advantage, it has excellent frequency response. The gain is constant over the audio frequency, which is the reason of most important for speech, music, etc. It has lower cost since it employs resistor and capacitor which are cheap. And third advantage, that is the circuit is very compact as the modern resistor and capacitor are small and extremely light. Now disadvantages of this method, the RC coupled amplifier have low voltage and power gain. It is because the low resistance presented by the input of each stage to the preceding stage decreases the effective load resistance RAC and hence the gain. They have the tendency to become noisy with age, particularly in moist climate. Impedance matching is poor. It is because the output impedance of RC coupled amplifier is several hundreds ohm, whereas the input impedance of a speaker is only a few ohms. Hence, little power will be transferred to the speaker. Application, the RC coupled amplifier have excellent over a wide range of frequency. Therefore, they are widely used as voltage amplifier. For example, in the initial stage of public address system, if other type of coupling, that is transformer coupling, is employed in the initial stage, this result in frequency distortion which may be amplified in next. However, because of poor impedance, RC coupling is rarely used in the final stage. Now, feedback in amplifiers. The process of injecting a fraction of output energy of some device back to the input is known as feedback. The principle of feedback is probably as old as the invention of first machine, but it is only some 50 years ago that feedback has come into use in connection with electronic circuits. It has been found very useful in reducing noise in amplifiers and making amplifier operations stable, depending whether the feedback energy opposes the input signal. There are two basic types of amplifiers, namely positive feedback and negative feedback. First, positive feedback. When the feedback energy, voltage or current is in phase with the input signal and thus opposes it, it is called positive feedback. This is illustrated in figure. Both amplifier and feedback network introduce a phase shift of 180 degree. The result is a 360-degree phase shift around the loop, causing the feedback voltage Vf to be in phase with the input signal Vin. See, the positive feedback increase the gain of amplifier. However, it has the disadvantage of increased distortion and instability. Therefore, positive feedback is seldom employed in amplifiers. One important use of positive feedback is in oscillator. If positive feedback is sufficiently large, it leads to oscillation. As a matter of fact, an oscillator is a device that converts DC power into AC power of any desired frequency. Now see negative feedback. When the feedback energy, that is voltage or current, is out of phase with the input signal and thus opposes it, it is called negative feedback. This is illustrated in figure. See in figure. As you can see, the amplifier introduces a phase shift of 180 degree into the circuit, while the feedback network is so designed that it introduces no phase shift, that is 0 degree phase shift. The result is that the feedback voltage is Vf is 180 degree out of phase with the input signal Vin. Negative feedback reduces the gain of the amplifier. However, the advantage of negative feedback, reduction in distortion, stability in gain, increased bandwidth, and improved input and output impedance. It is due to these advantages that negative feedback is frequently employed in amplifiers. Thank you.